All right, Argonaut fans, it's that time of the week again, the Argonaut Weekly, right here at GoArgos.com. Rob Walden, along with Matt Rowley. We say this every week during the spring, but it holds true again. Another very busy week in the University of West Florida Athletic Department. Baseball, softball, men's tennis, men's and women's golf, all in competition this week. And we'll start with the baseball squad, Matt. And, again, we sound like a broken record, but Mike Jeffcoat's team just keeps doing it again. Another great week for UWF. They won 6 straight, a midweek sweep of Mississippi Valley State, a weekend sweep of GSC rival West Georgia. They've now won 10 games in a row, continue to move up in the polls. Baseball, one of the finest teams in the country, and flexing their muscles on a weekly basis.
That's right, as this week the team had their first 6-game week. The first midweek 3-game series against Mississippi Valley State, and we're able to get some of their relievers and midweek starters some innings, and that was a big thing for the team, getting the entire team experience heading into the last part of conference season. And 10 wins in a row, undefeated on the 9-game homestand. It's a pretty good way to head into what's going to be a very tough week.
You mentioned one of those relievers, and in our interview a little bit later with Coach Mike Jeffcoat, we'll talk about him, but Shane Waller, 4 saves in the 6 victories. He was terrific. And then Dustin Lawley, mammoth tape measure home runs on an almost daily basis. With the team doing as well as they have all season, there's a number of All-American candidates on the roster, no question about it. This week, it was Waller and Lawley's turn to step up and really show what they've got.
That's those two definitely stood out. Waller, especially after his comeback after being hit in the face with the line drive back at Valdosta State, and that's a great story there. And he's shown no signs of letting up as he's come back even better than he was before. But yeah, it's going to be a tough week for the Argonauts coming up here, going back on the road.
So softball is as well in action for UWF. Kind of a tough week for the Argonauts. Started out strong, 4 victories against Illinois, Springfield, and Shawnee State in a couple of spring fling home games. The weekend not so good. Got swept on Saturday by West Georgia, 6-5 and 3-0, and then Alabama Huntsville, the number 3 team in the country, got them 9-1 and 10-3. So an 0-4 GSC weekend for the softball team. But I tell you, Matt, it's the kind of stretch that if you're going to go through it, it's better to go through it early in the conference season. Still a lot of softball left to play. Argos are 1-5 in the GSC now, but have seen the teams in front of them and know how to get better.
Yeah, as we. They're going to have an opportunity to turn things around here heading into the rest of conference play. They'll be back at home here this weekend. Looking forward to seeing them get back on the field and get back on the right track.
Yeah, North Alabama and West Alabama both come to Pensacola this weekend. Tennis was out in Las Vegas this past week. Faced some very good competition from the western part of the country. Struggled a little bit, played a lot of matches in a short stretch. Women went 1-4, men went 1-3. Still a lot of tennis left to play and a lot of chances for them to get back on the winning streak and get into the NCAA Division II regionals. This week, though, a tough week for Derek Racine's clubs.
Right. There were some mixed results in Las Vegas. They played the likes of BYU Hawaii, some top-ranked NAIA teams like Fresno Pacific. And they've just played a ton over the last few weeks. So fatigue had to be a factor. They are facing a couple injuries, but they'll have a chance to rebound this week. They do have a couple of top-ranked teams they'll be facing, Drury and Georgia College this week, but it will be home. And so that's a positive to look forward to this week.
Yeah, both Argo tennis teams are very deep, but when you play 10, 11 times in a 2-week stretch, anybody is going to get fatigued. You mentioned Georgia College and State. That's where the men's golf team is. That tournament takes place Monday and Tuesday. The women are at Southern Mississippi. That tournament also Monday and Tuesday. Results of both tournaments, of course, available right here at GoArgos.com. We've still got a lot to come here on the Argonaut Weekly. After a quick break, we'll talk to head baseball coach Mike Jeffcoat about his team's 10-game winning streak. We'll also talk to softball third baseman Amber Ingram and get Shannon Bergen, the head women's basketball coach, on for a season in review. The 2010-2011 Argonauts wrapped up their season about 3 weeks ago. Also, highlights from Sunday's baseball victory over West Georgia. All that and more coming up on the Argonaut Weekly right here at goargos.com.